Hi YouTube. Okay, so today went okay. Wasn't the worry fest that I thought it would be. Um, I got to see a psychiatrist, and he basically just did a first assessment, see how I feel. Wanted to ask me loads of questions about my past and the way I feel, relationship wise, and growing up. It just loads of different questions. Um, some of them were hard to talk about. Some of them wasn't. You know, I kind of found it quite funny when he started asking me if I hear voices through the TV, or do I ever hear voices in my head? Or it just I love the one. Like, do you hear voices? Do you hear voices through the TV that only you can hear? That caught me. I was like, no, I'm fine. Things like, do I smoke? Do I drink? Do I do drugs? No, no, no. Um, but I got somewhere. It was very hard to sort of describe a lot of the feelings I was having like as a kid. But in the end, it went okay. He's putting all the information back to my doctor, and then they're trying to set up a meeting at Charing Cross, which is undoubtedly a good place. But I just hope that it does sort of get the ball rolling in terms of hormones, because he actually asked if I was on the hormones, which kind of took me by surprise. I was just like, But he said, he asked me if I was on hormones. I was like, no, I do want to be. And then he started going on about the Charing Cross gender clinic, and they like you to do. It takes time. Like they set it in stages, and they want you to go like a year full time, and then they move you on to hormones, and it was just like, no, that can't happen. I can't wait another year. But then on the way home, I started to think about things going through my head, and I started to think about the word full time and what exactly it means. I mean, to be a woman full time. And then I started to think about people that have already done it, or people that maybe had the full sex change. And then I can turn it on. Then I sort of turned it on its head, and I started to think of it this way. Let's say you either had a sex change, or you're full time, you're on hormones or whatever, and you sleep in the nude, and you wake up, you put on the girl's clothing, do this, do that, right? The whole day you're a woman, and you go to bed, take clothes off. Well, that's say 8 or 9 hours of a day. Now, I wear female clothing at night. I wear like ladies' pajamas, that sort of thing, and sleep this way. And I do sleep a lot better. When I'm at work, fine, I'm wearing my normal clothes, but at the same time there's 3 types of clothing at work. There's normal clothing, like male clothing, female clothing, and then there's this sort of mix in the middle. Girls wear trousers plus a top that both either a man or a woman can use. So I'm putting in an order for that, because ties at the moment and shirts just really freak me out. As I said, I went to the funeral yesterday and it was horrible, because I hated wearing my suit, which I've paid a lot of money for, but just now it's nothing. So I've lost track again. So yeah, and then when I get home, I come upstairs and I change into something like this, or tops you've seen, and I'm basically upstairs for the rest of the day. If I go downstairs and I put on something just casual, and even what I put on casual could be worn by, say, a woman, as such. So, in terms of being full time, I'm quite full time. It's only at work that you could sort of class me as not being full time. But if I'm going to wear what one of the another like female staff member, then it's sort of full time. But as long as I get the right level of what I'm allowed to take with my epilepsy, then if it's a question of like wait a year and get them free, or pay a lot of money now and start now, I know what one I'm going to choose. But I just want to see the first step. I don't want to seem demand. I want to be like, tell me what I need to take. I want to take them now, because I do want to go a certain route. But if it seems like it's just not going there, then, or I can't take it, then I'll move on to the next step. But it's really annoying, the fact that I've got epilepsy, because I could do my research and then automatically, bang, get the hormones I want, start on a small dose, go up and up and up. But no. still, when I got back, I had a bit of, not an argument, but just sort of like a discussion with my mum and dad about, well, my mum in particular, talking about this and that and what they said, and trying to get around her feelings, which I didn't mention it to her today, but the psychiatrist did say that they have meetings with the, like, family members to sort of coach them through, as it were, to help them out, try and understand what I'm going through, which was good to know. But it was today was the first day that I mentioned YouTube, as it were, and what I'm doing, and automatically my mum panicked. My mum was like, because she's always had this thing in her head about, you know, talking to weird people online, and in an age where the internet is a great tool, but at the same time a very scary thing for younger children, that sort of thing. You know, talking to people that, you know, ain't who they say they are. You know, I can understand, but it's drilled too much in her head at the moment, and it kind of worries me, because she's just, anything, she will go down a certain path and like really sort of stick by her guns, like, oh, you don't know who's online, you know, you don't know who you're talking to. I was like, yeah, I do know most of them. But you know, so I don't know necessarily how she felt about it. You know, it got her to a point where I was just like, no, I'll leave it there. I'll go upstairs, do this video, and you know, I actually popped into town today wearing this. Well, I had my coat on, and just saw a couple of people and did a bit of shopping. I got a new top, what I'll be wearing in my next one, but I wanted to wear what I had on today to do this one. I saw two friends from work, not from my work, but from previous jobs, and I told one of them today, who was very shocked. She was like, oh, and she was just like, she was crazy. Annoyingly, I caught her just as she was sort of going out the door to get something, and so I left it there. But I'll probably catch up with her in a week. And I spoke to a really good friend of mine from another shop, and he basically said, "Oh, Ben, you're like a celebrity." I was like, "No, not really," because of a couple of people in the shop knew about YouTube and that sort of thing. They've been watching my vlogs. I was like, "No, I'm not a celebrity." She's just like, "Oh, you know, you're becoming really popular," and I was like, "Well, you know, I'm popular to people that are into this. People that probably, you know, want health and want this, you know, and going through the same thing as me. I'm not, you know, I'm not like a celebrity. You're not going to see me on TV or anything." You know, he was like fascinated. He thought I was like, I don't know, Steven Spielberg or something. No, I'm just normal, and it really kind of took me back. But I hadn't really spoke to him in a long time, and he'd been doing this and that, and he'd like finally caught up with me, and I was just like, oh, how's it going? But so all in all, it's not a bad day. I've had some problems with my mum, but you know, that'll take time, and we'll just have to see where that goes. But so thanks for all your help. You give me a lot of encouragement, a lot of good ideas, things to say, things not to mention. I didn't mention YouTube. I did mention something about do you think you affect people around the world? Do you think you could ever affect people around the world and change people's lives? And I was going to mention YouTube. I thought, no, I'll stay away from that. I went, no, if you know, it depends on where I go in life. I don't know. But yeah, so I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that helped. And this is my first meeting, and here's the next scuffle. So YouTube, thanks a lot. Bye. Thank you.